Hello YouTube, welcome back to my Germany Let's Play. The year is 1939, the January the 9th, and today recordings will be probably one of the most interesting until now, since I am declaring the war against Poland, which is part of the Allies, which means that I am starting the war, the real World War II. After this there is no more moving back. Germany have enacted most of its, all of its important decisions that we had until now. The annexation of Austria, annexation of Czechoslovakia. Our manpower is now really high at 1,300. We have a lot of industrial capacity. We will get even more after the declaration of war. And I'm sure that you will see one really good recording. By the way, I must say that there are many different aspects of the warfare and many different modifiers and many different stuff actually that I can talk about. I will try to cover the most things, but if I accidentally leave something behind and if there is still something that is not clear to you related to combat and warfare, please leave a comment down below and I will try to answer it in a next recording, in a next upload. Some of you have asked of me to show you the best composition for divisions, but in today's recordings you will see why it is so hard to answer that question. What is the best type of division? There are many different modifiers in combats, many different stuff that you have to think about when you are building up your divisions, and you will see everything. You will see a lot today, so have fun. First thing I want to do is reposition my light tanks. I want them to attack over the clear terrain. They're already coming. Let's rearrange them a bit. There is no need. I can attack from this province. If I want to use the blitzkrieg tactic, I want to use my infantry also, but infantry comes as a support for my tanks. Tanks are really fast. This division can move at 7 kilometers per hour, and I will try to rush in really close to Warsaw with this tank corps. So I will have to follow them with my infantry, because if I don't, enemy can cut off my supply lines and then my tanks will start to lose supplies first. After they lose all supplies that I have, they will start losing organization and they will just break. Of course, that will not happen because I will try to prevent that. Let's mix this infantry corps and my medium tank corps, which I usually don't do. I don't usually mix my infantry corps with my armor corps. But I will show you how you can stay organized even in a huge mess after the battle starts. There is one thing that I didn't think about: occupation of Denmark. I don't have a single transport ship, so I cannot occupy the Copenhagen. So I will build 2 units of transport ships. So I can transport at least 2 divisions or at least 1 division to attack the Copenhagen. And I need more interceptors. Let's build 2 wings, so 3 units in each air wing. We'll give them a top priority, at least for the first one. And I will use one trick on a border with France. You don't want to attack the Maginot line because all of these forts over here at level 9 or level 10, and with only one infantry division it will be really hard to break the enemy. You'll have to use some bombing, different types of units from different directions, and so on and so on. But that's hard way. Let's try to use tricks. I will move my infantry division and leave some space for the enemy so they can at least try to take my land, my terrain. We leave 2 empty provinces, so enemy will try to get inside and I will try to cut them off. But you must be careful because enemies sometimes can move really fast, so you really have to be careful. Let's position this light tank division to the 3rd Corps. Select it. 3rd Corps, I need a leader. And let's attach this 3rd Corps to 2nd Army. One more thing, since I will wait for occupation of Denmark. I don't have transport ships, so I have to wait. We'll move my light armor corps, my 1st light armor corps, close to the border with Belgium. We'll detach them from the current order of battle and we'll attach them to the 2nd Army. And have to rename this corps to 2nd Light Armor Corps. I will disrupt the national unity of France, which is already low. Most of you have voted for USA not joining the Axis. So I will invite Japan to my faction. You cannot have both, because by default the IE as Japan will declare war on the USA. So you cannot have... Whoa, man. Who is now? I hate when my phone rings in a wrong moment. But alright, I can continue. Did I invite Japan? Did I? Oh yeah, I did. And one more important thing. Let's select supply map mode. Supply map mode over here. I will declare war on the Allies. And this is the dangerous route. You can see the route of your supplies everywhere your resources are passing. These are actually my convoys transferring the resources to the countries that I'm trading with. And I'll have to enact embargo on some countries, or I can try... What I can try to do is cancel those convoys. Oh man, that's a lot of micromanagement with Haiti. Let's enact embargo. That's easier way. I don't have enough diplomatic influence, diplomatic points for more. And for those countries, I still want to leave some trade deals. I must trade with some of those nations. I hope that I will be smart enough, and after declaration of war, that they will not pass through the canal, but go around the United Kingdom, which is also possible. They can go around. if they want. I can set up that manually. I can set up the province of origin, and I can set up their destination in a production screen over here. But it's a lot of micromanagement. And why is that important? Not only, let's unpause the game. Not only will you lose the resources and the cash for that trade deal, you're also losing your national unity. And here is how. If you go into the politics screen, you can see strategic warfare. We have impact from convoys, impact from allies, impact from bombing. I don't have to explain everything because you can just mouse over them and read from the tooltip. But if enemy destroys my convoys, then I will start to lose my national unity. I don't want that to happen. Although as Germany you will not have problems with national unity. You won't have problems with almost anything. Let's rise my officer recruitment now, since my laws, my conscription laws are quite good, and I will declare war now. So I will be able to enact service by requirement, which will boost my officer recruitment even more. Let's declare war and remember the date, the January the 10th. Let's wait for day. Take a look at the minimap. Currently it's night. I'm waiting for the day and you will see why. I have some inefficient research. Alright, we have daytime now. Let's remove the inefficient research from the tech queue and declare war. I want to conquer the Poland. Alright, I forgot to reposition my air wings. Interceptors have a low range, so they have to be close to the border. Tacticals can be a bit behind. Oh, I definitely need more interceptors. This unit, this air wing is not full, so I will pull them back to Berlin, where it's safe. And I can enact more efficient laws right now. Conscription laws, service by requirement, economic and industrial laws. I have another national decision available, which is Blitzkrieg. The requirements for that decision are: you have to be at war with France, you have to be at war with Poland, you don't have to you cannot control the Paris, and you have to be in peace with Soviet Union. So I will wait for the Blitzkrieg when I start my offensive at France. I will need the help from that boost in the movement speed, organization regain rate, soft attack, and 200 manpower. Alright, let's start with ordering my attacks and you will see how I do it. Let's rise my research a bit. Move back to the simplified terrain map mode. Let's move those guys to this free province. Hold down the shift key and you can order your units to move around in the way you want. and I want my light armors to follow this route. I always like to give attack orders for across more provinces, not only one. Alright, now it's time for my light armors to start the offensive. Let's wait for them to move where I want them. Time to capture the Danzig. I will zoom out a bit so you can see in which part of the world I am. And this is my movement. Time to use all empty space. And time to set up my interceptors for air superiority over the Poland. Let's slow down a bit. The difference between air superiority and air intercept. Air superiority is aggressive and offensive mission where you're flying across the enemy territory trying to keep their air wings on the ground, while air intercept is mission where your air wings are in airbase and waiting to spot the enemy so they can react and attack them. And that's the main reason you wanna upgrade your interceptor speed so they can react faster. And let's set up, I will use air map mode. I want defensive air intercept at the border with France. My forces, oh look at this, I've got attacked by a garrison unit from French in Saarbrücken. The progress of attack. This is something that was confusing me before. You can see, let's continue. Sometimes you can see the number minus 40% in red. That's not your progress. That's the progress of attack. If it is in a green color, then it's your. If it's in red color, then it's by the enemy. But it's always progress of attack, not the status of battle or something. And all you have to do is just mouse over it and everything will be explained to you. If you are in a combat interface, over here we have battle of something. In the upper part of the screen you can see all the modifiers that are affecting the current combat. For example, we have terrain, combined arms, digging, territorial pride, experience, and leader skill. If you mouse over your division, you will see the amount of your attack. So after all your modifiers are applied, you will see that you have full attack modifier at 130.10%, and I have defend modifier of 130.10, the same thing. And down below you can see the breakdown of all the modifiers. Experience gives me something, combined arms gives me something, terrain gives me minus 25%, leader skill gives me plus 18.7, territorial pride, blah 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 blah. So here comes the division composition. Over here you can see a screen of the forest. We are fighting in a forest, and my infantry division in a forest have a penalty of minus 25%. If you go in a production screen and try to build an infantry division that I use, and if you mouse over terrain icon up over there, you will see all terrain modifiers. And in a forest I have minus 25% attack, which you could see from the battle screen, and I have minus 5% for the movement. So many different terrain types, many different penalties and bonuses, many different brigades that can be in a division, many different enemy type of the units, many different factors are influencing the type of division that you want. My medium tanks over here are repositioned now. Let's switch back to the simplified terrain map mode, and I didn't want to attack Katowice, the urban center, with my tanks, because they have a huge penalty over there. Let's check out how much. Click on a tank division, click on the armored tank brigade. In urban centers they have urban attack minus 40%. My motorized infantry division have minus 10%. So I will have minus 40% attack, which is minus half almost. So I want to attack with the infantry from two different provinces. From two different directions. And my medium tanks, will select them all. No, I cannot select them all. Let's select them one by one. One will go up over here. I want to use the clear terrain. And this is the movement order for my tank divisions. I will try to break in, make myself enough space. I want to make this area a bit wider than a single province, so enemy, if they want to cut me off, they have to capture not a single province like we have over here, but if they want to cut me off, they must capture 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces, which will be a bit tougher and harder if you consider the fact that I can defend myself with those tanks and that I can support my tanks with the infantry. So after that initial breakthrough, you want to spread yourself around a bit. So it will be much harder for the enemy to cut you off. And I should probably take over this province so I can make this breakthrough even wider. And after this attack, after I win it, here is the main reason why I like to give the movement or attack orders across more regions, across more provinces, because after you win this battle you want to continue your movement. You cannot attack again because you have to wait for a few days until your unit regain organization and blah blah blah, until they reorganize again. You cannot attack, but you can move. You can move. You cannot attack, but you can move. So after I win this battle, I want to continue my movement all the way up to the Konin. And I have a river protection all the way. Time to continue. And let's check out the Battle of Katowice. I have attack modifier of 78. My opponent have defense modifier of 131. You can learn a lot from this screen. You can learn a lot from this screen, so try to watch for it. Try to compare all the modifiers that you have, different terrain types, different unit composition. You can see that it is night now. So night is also influencing my attack. I have attack modifier of 39%. Because night gives minus 50% to attack. Let's check out my convoy routes. I should definitely cancel this one, and it is going toward USA. Oh man, I cannot embargo them, but I can change the route for this convoy. I can change those convoys that are going around the UK are starting from the Königsberg. So go into a production screen, click on a convoy, remove those things. Königsberg to, let's see where he's going from. No. This convoy is going from Emden to the Boston. From Emden to Boston. So try to find it. Emden, Boston. Here it is. I will have to cancel it. No, I cannot cancel it. Oh, I cannot cancel it because I have a full control over my trade. That's the reason why. In diplomacy screen, you can see that I have automated my trade. All right, let it stay like this. I will see if the enemy starts to kill my convoys a lot, and I'm sure that they will, but maybe I decides to change this convoy route, this trade route, so I don't have to micromanage it. Let's go to technology screen and raise my diplomacy just a bit so I can get a few more points for trading. My light tanks are not moving. Oh yes, they are. Infantry, looking for the infantry. Oh, they are attacking, alright. All of them. And all my units in this part, in Prussia, will wait. They will not fight. I wanna use I want to play defensively on this part until I capture the Danzig and merge those two parts of Germany together. Am I building some interceptors? Yes. Look at my industrial capacity. I have 331 IC right now, and I will need tons of resources to run it. Let's speed up. I forgot what was the date when I started the war. I think 11 January. I think it was 11. I wonder how many days or weeks will I need to beat the Poland. You can do it in a week or two. And you don't have to be so strong as much as you have to be fast, because you already start a lot stronger than Poland is. And interceptors have now cleared the air above the Poland. I cannot see any air. As you can see the land combat in the outliner, you can also see the air combat. And I cannot see any air combats here, so that probably means that sky above the Poland is clear. So I want to engage my first tactical wing and give them the order for a ground attack. Alright, enemy is attacking my provinces exactly as I wanted. I've lost my first province, that's good. I wanna let the enemy rush in so I can use that gap to cut them off. Hopefully they will make this gap even bigger. I have my light tanks ready to react if something goes wrong. So most of the people usually goes historical route, and they are using the light tanks and attacking through the forest and hills from the Belgium. And I will do it also, I will do the same thing, but this is also an option where you can rush in with your infantry through the Maginot line if you're playing against the IE and not the multiplayer, of course. I'm not sure for how long am I recording already. I don't want to keep my video for too long. Alright, we have our first bombing on Lodz. And if you mouse over each of your air units, air wings, you can also see many different modifiers. You can see that we have a stacking penalty of -30%, and that's what I was talking about. If you add more air wings to the unit, then this stacking penalty will be even higher. With 3 wings in a unit, I have attack modifier of 86.2%. And imagine now if I add 5 or 6 airplanes, then stacking penalty will be even higher, and my final attack modifier will be almost nothing. Almost nothing. So 3 air wings seems like a decent option, like a decent choice. If you think that I'm progressing slow, that's because I'm playing at speed 2, which is really low. And that's the main reason for the slowness. You think everything is slow, while actually everything is quite normal. I can progress closer to the Warsaw. Yeah, I've captured the first urban center, Katowice. which will give me 1.05 manpower, 0.06 leadership, 0.06 leadership. We have revolt risk of 0%, energy 0.6%, metal 0.6%, rare materials 0.6%, and 0 crude oil. Poznan, let's go to Poznan. Oh, I still didn't capture it, alright. Click on victory points map mode, VP map mode. Over here you can see all the victory points that you have to capture. Lodz gives us 2 points, Warsaw gives us 4 points, and Danzig also 2 points. First air combat, here it comes. I have paused the game. You have land combat, and just down below you have air combat. Click on it and you can see that my interceptors have attacked the enemy tactical bombers. They have a defense modifier 139. My interceptors are attacking at 77.3. Night modifier, I have minus 49% from the night. If I am attacking by the day, then my interceptors will attack at around 120%. Yeah, that's a lot. And they are better, technologically they are better. And they're fighting against enemy bombers, not enemy fighters. Huge difference. I can lower down my diplomacy investments and put something to officers. Don't forget to move your HQs just behind your combat divisions. Now I can fight for the Danzig. Let's give this division order for attack, and division up over here stationed in province with fort will have support attack role. And what's the difference? This unit will not attack until attack is committed from another province. So this unit with a support attack mission will wait until this unit attacks. After the battle is done, unit that started the attack will move to the Danzig, will move to the target province, while unit which was on support attack mission will stay in the province it was. And why I'm doing that? Because here I have land fort, and it is important province to keep those two parts of the Germany connected. If Poland, if I free up this space, I don't want to free it up for the Polands, because then they can come inside, which I don't want. So I want to keep those units on defense and just support the attacks from other divisions. Let's move the HQ closer to the front. Province lost. Oh, province lost, not the battle lost. Whoa, enemy attacked one of my HQs, which is not good. That's because HQ was faster than the infantry division. Is it possible? Let's retreat. It is good to retreat before you see that you will lose, because that way you are controlling the movement of the retreating unit. If I didn't press and click give this HQ the order to move into this province, then after defeat they will move backwards somewhere in a random direction, which I don't want. I want to control the movement of retreating units. So when I see that enemy attack is progressing at a high speed and that they will probably win, I want to go to that province, go to that battle, select the units that will be defeated and give them the movement orders to retreat where I want them to retreat. Whoa, man, there is so many different things I can talk about right now. And I could record for hours, I think, and still there will be still some topics left. Really. I really love this game. My units are under attack. Where? Oh, up over here. Alright, they should be fine. They should be fine watching the attack progress. 43%. 43.4. Yeah, they are winning. I wanna move only the HQ. Only the HQ, while division will keep on with the fight. Another province is lost from the French. French are successfully biting my bait, which is good. And these are not level 10 forts, I think. Yeah, these are only level 1. So I will let them come. You can see that Maginot line, those forts in a Maginot line are level 9 or level 10. Those provinces are now empty. And soon my infantry corps over here will have a free space to capture the first province in a Maginot line. And I think that I can conclude this recording with that. I hope you like it. I hope you see something or learned something that you didn't know before, or that you at least found this video funny and interesting to watch. I usually don't like to attack with tanks to the urban centers, but since this province is empty, I will attack and capture the Lodz. Next province on my way to Warsaw. Let's continue with movement. And I will end my recording now. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for watching, and until the next time, I wish you all the best. And bye bye. There is more to come. I already know what will I say next. I already see, but I will leave that for the next time. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.